Group partners, the best of the best real estate professionals. We're going to have a real estate hour and a finance hour with great people like John Vance with Vance Wealth Group. Oh, my goodness, you have been awesome, John, today. If you listen to this guy talk, he's so confident and calm, cool and collected. If anybody's helping my finances, that's what I want. How about you?
For sure. Definitely.
I don't want a guy going, I don't know. I got this
I'll
paper.
get back to you.
Yeah, I'm going to send this paper and see what they say. There's a big difference in working with a professional. I mean, I know the difference between us at Cherry Creek Mortgage. After 25 years experience, I'll challenge anyone. I'll go circles around anybody that's in the financial the mortgage industry, I should say. I'll challenge anyone, without doubt. I know Steve Korn, without doubt, because I have challenged all the other escrow companies, and Steve is the best. You are absolutely the best.
We work hard every day to make a difference in the lives of so many people.
And you can hear that in John Vance's voice. He is confident. He is passionate. You love what you do, don't you?
Oh, I do. I mean, a lot of this stuff to the average person is boring, the economics behind things and the political landscape, but I do love it.
Oh, that's why you got a finance degree, huh?
That's right, finance and economics.
Yeah, I got a finance degree too, buddy. Yeah. And we're still in our majors, huh? Go figure.
That's right.
It never happens. And John Vance, if you haven't heard of him, he's out here in Valencia, Vance Wealth Group, over 10 years now, right?
I've been 10 years here, and then I've been in the business for 15 years. So
all right,
time flies.
It definitely. Speaking of time flying, 2013.
Yeah, gone.
Yeah, 2012 gone. 2013
is here.
It's here.
Yep.
Just like that. Don't say it's gone yet, Steve.
Well, I thought you meant 12.
I know you did. And we were talking to John about that, and there's certain things that everybody thinks about. It's a fresh approach. I know some of us are hitting the gym, right, Stevie?
Yeah, that's right.
And a lot of you out there are as well. I just went to my first class at Afterburn. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. That's what I get. And also, everybody thinks about their finances, because all of us, I'm talking, there's almost none of you out there that have not been part of or no one's on who's had some challenging times this last 6 or 7 years.
I would even stretch it to say that everybody owes it to themselves to do a financial review tune-up. You know, because things are different. Things change. And if you haven't looked at it or don't look at it regularly, you got to get it tuned up. John's a great guy to do that with.
I absolutely agree, because I bet you 95% of you, 5% of you are on your game. I'm sure you're like, nope, got it covered, because I have a guy that makes sure I do that. But I bet you 95% of you out there do not have your financial
house in order.
House in order. Thank you, Steve.
Well said.
And you should. And you owe it to talking to somebody like John Vance, because he's got the full gambit. I mean, he knows his stuff. He can look at your particular scenario. Big difference. You can't do a scenario the same for everyone. I know every refinance, every purchase I do, every loan I do is unique to the person. I'm sure when you talk to somebody, you ask a lot of various questions to help them with their particular scenario. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the most important thing, is when you're doing a plan, it has to be fully customized to your client, their family, so that you provide the advice and the proper recommendations so that they can head down the right financial path.
Yeah, it's imperative, and I know you do that. You were talking about at lunch, when we were having lunch, you were talking about the importance of managing debt.
Yeah, debt's a big killer. I mean, I'll tell you, one of the things, and this was eye-opening for me, because when you're starting off in business and you're young, you hear taking on debt's okay, and it is. It's okay, but you have to keep it in check. And so one of the things that really impressed me with a lot of my clientele that were getting close to retirement or just newly in retirement, those that had their debts under control, or maybe very little to no debt, they went through this financial crisis pretty much unscathed. This didn't bother them. The volatility in the markets, low interest rates, all of that coming together didn't really impact them, because they had their expenses under control, and so they could make changes based on their lifestyle.
Or even take advantage of this.
That's right.
More millionaires are made in bad times than good times.
That's right. I mean, sometimes we like to focus on the risks, but when you go into these troubling times, opportunities really do arise. And so one of the things that I really try to help people understand is, if you've got a lot of money sitting in the bank and have cash is a good thing for emergencies. But if you have some debt and you have a lot of money at the bank, you're basically losing a few percentage points every single year. And the Federal Reserve has already told us they're going to keep rates down probably through sometime in 2015. I would even argue they're going to keep rates down for a longer period of time, because of the fact that the U.S. government is the biggest borrower on the planet. in about 4 years, they're going to owe $20 trillion. And every time interest rates go up by 1% on $20 trillion, that's $200 billion impact to our budget.
Ow.
And
it's a lot of money.
You can't recover from that.
No, and so if you have a 5% increase of interest rates across the board, that's a $1 trillion hit to the budget on a $20 trillion deficit. So that's real money. So one of the things is, our government could use that advice as well, is to reduce their debt. But at the individual level, it really is important to look at it. And also one of the things is refinancing. I incorrectly told clients about 2 years ago, I don't think they're going to get much lower. So you should go out and refinance.
Now, on your defense, I do this for a living, and I know all the economic indicators and how they affect interest rates, and I talk with the pros. In fact, we have Barry Habib. He's a expert contributor for NBC, Fox News. This guy actually educates our entire industry across the nation. He didn't see it going this way. Now, he did call it before anybody else, but I mean, it's very difficult to see rates going into the threes. I didn't see it.
That's right. And the good news is they've moved so much lower that it's kind of a full percentage point below what most people refied at. If they refinanced at 4.5, now they have a better opportunity because we're down. It's not just a quarter of a point down. They actually can save some real money. So that's a big part of it is trying to get their debt under control and then start their savings plan. Most Americans are not saving enough money.
That's a fact.
For the future.
That's a good point. So I'm sure by gathering up information, you can help people feel better about 2013 than they probably felt about 2012 or the year before. I guarantee this time last year, 2012, I guarantee you're going, I need to get my financial house in order. And now here it is in 2013, you're thinking the exact same thing. It's time to take action. You hear that on our show every single week, whether it's about refinance, whether it's it's bottom line, it's talking to a professional. There's no way that all of us know everything. I don't. I learned something every day. I learned stuff from John Vance today with the Vance Wealth Group. Just listen to you today, John. I learned great information. The estate tax thing, huge ramifications for people trying to plan accordingly. And talking to a professional can make you feel better. Am I right, Steve?
Oh, for sure. And taking action, I think one of the biggest things I want to hammer home today is to the consumer listening to this show. And if you or anybody is sitting there with that elephant on their shoulders, whether it be financial planning, not having their financial house in order, being in a property that they're underwater and they just can't see the future, take some action. And the first step is to call one of us to get you in the right hands so that you can get out from underneath that situation and really start to plan for the future. It's I don't mean to make it sound like it's so easy, but it really is. All it takes is the first step, and that's that phone call. You owe it to yourself to do it.
That's right. You can reach out to us at 855-DON-GINO, 855-DON-GINO, pretty easy, or donandgino@gmail.com. You can also reach John Vance at vancewealthgroup.com.
That's right.
Wealthgroup.com?
Yep, that's right.
Vance, V-A-N-C-E, wealthgroup.com. Newhall Escrow, Mr. Steve Corna at newhallescrow.com, right?
For sure, and I want to mention one more thing. Any area of your financial world that you are looking for some help in, we have, in the PRG group, we have the best individuals. I mean, not just best, but best people. The best caring individuals.
These are real people.
Yeah, these are people that are here for the long haul, that are dedicated to improving your life and the people that you know and love. So when you reach out to us for a referral to somebody, that whether it be a estate attorney, a trust attorney, a family law attorney, a divorce attorney, an insurance agent, a escrow company, a lender, a realtor, a financial planner, we have assembled the best individuals in their respective fields that happen to be working in the Santa Cruz Valley that are here and ready to work for you. They're established people, they're caring people, they're compassionate, and the best of all, they know what they're doing above all else.
Actually, it's one of the best parts of being part of it is having these resources. John, how do you feel now? Because you know your area. I know how confident you are. I know how confident I am. I know Steve is in his area. How nice is it now to have a group of professionals that you can trust to help your clients with the other areas that you're not an expert in?
Well, it's huge because these financial aspects, they surround all of our clients' lives. And so the fact that you know at any time, hey, my client needs an assistance in this area, and I can just pick up the phone and say, all right, this great relationship that I have needs your help. Can you help them out? And having that dedicated team is great because it makes my job easier because I don't have to know all this stuff. I get to outsource that work to the professionals in the community.
I love that answer.
For sure.
Very cool. John, we want to thank you for being part of our show today. Excuse me.
Thanks
Wow.
for having me. I really,
choking up already.
I've enjoyed it. So we'll see. Hopefully 2013 will be even a better year. 2012 turned out to be a phenomenal year, even though a lot of people
None of the
were
experts
not.
projected
That's right.
that.
And so let's go for another great year.
A lot of the
Yeah.
experts are even going, I'm not giving projections for 2013 because I missed them so bad in 2012.
Right.
And so, but we thank you for being part of our show. We thank you for being part of our lives and look forward to having you part of a lot of our shows in the future.
My pleasure.
Very cool. And of course, I got to thank Steve Korn,
Thanks,
owner
Don.
of Newhall Escrow,
Looking forward.
for being my co-host, taking Gino Fronte's place. And remember, next week, we start our 2-hour show, our real estate hour and our finance hour from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. right here on AM 1220 KHTS. And make sure you like our Facebook page at Don and Gino Radio. We look forward to seeing you next week, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Thanks for joining.